You have made a recent decision, and from that moment on, something inside you changed. It wasn't a big decision. It wasn't scandalous. Perhaps it didn't even seem important at the time, but you felt it. You still feel it now. And that is exactly why you are here watching this video, at the moment you are watching it. If you have the strange sensation that you can no longer go back to being who you were before that choice, pay attention. If the people around you seem to be behaving differently, drifting away for no apparent reason, or appearing out of nowhere at the right moment, pay attention. If you wake up with a clarity you didn't have, with your intuition speaking louder than usual, with the strange impression of seeing your own life from the outside for the first time, pay attention. None of this is random, and none of this is all in your head. I will explain exactly what happened. No cheap mysticism, no promise of portals, no magical dates. I will explain it based on what psychology, neuroscience, and the most honest spiritual reading have to say about what happens inside a human being when they finally make a decision that was years overdue. Because that is what you did. You didn't just make any decision, you made a decision that was overdue within you. And the delay is part of the reason for the impact. Stay until the end, because in the last part of this video I will give you the next move. The one that sustains everything that has started to move. Without it, what has opened up now could close again. With it, the path can no longer be blocked. You will understand why that decision acted like a key, what it truly unlocked, and what is the concrete step that needs to be taken in the coming weeks for this turning point to become permanent. Before I continue, I need to tell you one thing. What you feel now is not weakness. It is not emotional confusion. It is not a phase. It is the clear symptom of a profound internal reorganization. And this reorganization has a name, a mechanism, and a direction.
Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life, a guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming, with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you and strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10,000 readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who were tired of living in the fog, ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.
Let's look at the signs first, because you need to see clearly everything that is already moving before you understand what moves it. The first sign is the silent discomfort with things that didn't bother you before. People you spent time with comfortably have started to feel heavy. Conversations you sustained for years now tire you out in 15 minutes. Places that were part of your routine have lost their appeal. You aren't complaining for no reason. You are perceiving. Your perception has risen in altitude. And when perception rises, what fit on the floor below no longer fits. There is nothing wrong with you. There is just a new self trying to occupy the space that the old self no longer fills. The second sign is the restlessness that comes without an apparent reason. You wake up in the middle of the night with a racing heart, but you aren't afraid. You feel like crying in the morning, but you aren't sad. You want to start something, but you don't know what. This disorganized energy is the direct effect of breaking an old pattern. When you decide, even without realizing it, you shut down an entire routine of mental functioning and open a void. This void is frightening because you aren't used to inhabiting it. But it is in this void that the new life is born. Everything that is coming to you first needs space, and space always manifests as a certain degree of disorientation. The third sign is the sudden clarity about things that had been tangled for a long time. You spent years confused about a relationship, a professional choice, a place where you live, a promise you made to yourself. And now, without having done anything extraordinary, you simply know. You know what is true and what is a lie. You know who respects you and who tolerates you. You know where your energy is renewed and where it is drained. This clarity didn't come from nowhere. It is the direct consequence of an honest decision. When you decide with truth, even in a small thing, your internal system learns that it can trust you, and then it releases information it had been holding back precisely because you weren't prepared to sustain it. The fourth sign is the repositioning of your circle. Some people who seemed fixed in your life have started to drift away. There was no fight, no scandalous breakup, just a natural distance. At the same time, someone you hadn't even considered started to occupy an important space. A conversation you would have avoided months ago happened by chance. An opportunity arrived through the door of someone you didn't expect. This is not the universe conspiring. This is your frequency of presence changing. When you decide with truth, you start to occupy your body in a different way. You speak differently. You respond differently. You stay silent where you would have argued before. You take a stand where you would have retreated before. And the environment reacts. Those who benefited from your old version feel the discomfort. Those who resonate with your new version are magnetized. It is simple, it is real, it is verifiable. The fifth sign is your body. Pay attention to it. Your sleep has changed, your appetite has changed, your breathing has become deeper at times and shallower at others. You feel a type of fatigue that isn't from your routine. It is deeper, older, as if the body were processing things that the mind has already surrendered. This fatigue is legitimate. Every true decision asks the body for a work of reorganization. Entire systems of tension that you held for years finally begin to relax. And relaxation, when it comes after a long time, feels like exhaustion. It is not exhaustion. It is the dissolution of armor. If you recognized yourself in at least two of these signs, this video is for you. And before you continue, do one thing that will help you absorb the rest of the content more deeply. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. It's not about the numbers. It's because what is coming in the next few weeks has a sequence. Each video is a layer. You don't want to miss the layer that sustains the next one. If you feel it makes sense, subscribe now and follow along with me. Now the question that matters: why did that decision, specifically that one, have so much effect? Why didn't other previous decisions have the same weight? Why did a move that lasted a few seconds manage to unlock what years of trying couldn't? The answer lies in three layers. The first is psychological. The second is neurological. The third is symbolic. I will open each one carefully because you need to understand the entire mechanism to be able to continue. In the psychological layer, there is a concept called self-efficacy. It is the internal perception you have of your own capacity to act upon your life. Every person carries a silent measure of how much they believe they can change what they are living. And this measure, most of the time, is lower than it should be. Years of unkept promises to yourself, years of procrastination, years of small betrayals against your own word erode this perception. You start to see yourself as someone who thinks about changing but doesn't, who feels but doesn't act, who knows but doesn't execute. And this image, repeated internally, becomes identity. Identity is the ceiling. You do not perform above the image you have of yourself. When you make an overdue decision, especially a decision you had been putting off for a long time, something in this image breaks. For the first time in a long time, you did it. You didn't think about doing it. You didn't swear you would do it. You didn't ask for an opinion before doing it. You did it. And your internal system, which was used to registering you as someone who doesn't act, receives new information. This information is like a crack in the old image. And a crack, no matter how small, changes the structure of everything that rests upon it. This is why apparently small decisions have a disproportionate effect. It is not the size of the action that matters. It is what it says to you about you. Each honest decision is internal evidence, and the human brain reorganizes itself based on evidence, not based on affirmations. You can spend 10 years repeating that you deserve more. It changes nothing. But the day you execute a choice that was stuck, the system updates, because now it has proof. In the neurological layer, what happens is equally concrete. Your brain functions by patterns. Everything you do frequently creates automatic circuits. These circuits save energy, but they also imprison. Hesitating is a circuit. Procrastinating is a circuit. Retreating in the face of conflict is a circuit. Staying in relationships that don't serve you is a circuit. Working on things that drain you is a circuit. And these circuits are not weak. They were built with years of repetition. They have authority within your system. When you execute a decision that goes against the circuit, something very interesting happens. The brain enters a state of increased plasticity. It is as if it said, "Wait, this is new, I need to reorganize." And it starts to reorganize, not just the area directly linked to the decision, but neighboring areas, connections that were dormant, patterns that seemed fixed. This is why, after a true decision, you start to have courage in other areas that weren't even in the plan. You decided one thing, and you discover you are able to say no in other places. You cut off a relationship, and you discover you are producing more at work. You took on a project, and you discover you are sleeping better. This is not magic. This is the ripple effect of neuroplasticity. The brain generalizes learning. When it understands that you can break one pattern, it understands that it can break others. And this generalization happens in silence, without you commanding it. You only feel the results, and the results seen from the outside seem miraculous. But they have an explanation. They have a method. They have a structure. In the symbolic layer is where the spiritual enters. And here I need to be careful, because this part is the most easily distorted. Each conscious decision carries a symbolic weight, not because the universe is watching you like a cosmic judge, but because you are watching yourself. You are the first witness of everything you do, and what you see yourself doing has an effect on what you believe you can do. When you make an overdue decision, you are making a silent declaration to yourself. The declaration is, I am capable, I am not a hostage to my hesitation, I am not a prisoner of my history, I am not what they told me I was. This declaration does not need to be spoken. It is embodied, and once embodied, it starts to guide all subsequent decisions. It is as if you had silently changed the operating system. The old apps still run, but they start to show incompatibility. Things that used to work stop working. People who used to have access start bumping into barriers. Not because you are being cruel, because you no longer fit in the place where you used to fit. There is an ancient spiritual reading that says every true act is a form of prayer. Not prayer with words, prayer with life. When you act in alignment with what you know needs to be done, you are saying yes to the deepest part of you, and that part responds. It responds with clarity, with strength, with direction. It responds by sustaining you on the days you doubt. It responds by opening doors you wouldn't know how to open alone, not because heaven descended to help you, but because your attention, which was scattered, became focused, and focused attention moves what seemed immovable. If the video is serving you so far, leave a like. I know it sounds like a protocol request, but it has a real function. The like helps this content reach other people who are exactly at the moment you are. There is someone who needs to hear this today, not tomorrow. And your like is what decides if that person will find the video in time. Now let's go to the most important part, the next move. Because understanding what happened is not enough. You need to know what to sustain from here on out, or everything that moved could return to where it was. The first thing you need to do is stop explaining your decision. You will feel the urge to justify. You will feel the need to ask for approval. You will want to tell the people close to you, hoping they will validate what you did. Don't do this. Every true decision needs a period of silence. This silence is not a sick secret. It is not isolation. It is not distrust of the people who love you. It is protection of your internal state. When a decision is new, it is still settling inside you. If you expose it too soon, especially to people who had an investment in your old version, you risk dissolving what has barely begun to take shape. Share when it has a body. Do not share when it is still vapor. The second thing is not to backtrack in disguise. Retreat never happens in a dramatic scene. It happens in small returns. You called someone again whom you said you wouldn't call. You reopened that conversation you had ended. You accepted the invitation again that didn't serve you. Each of these small returns seems harmless, but they silently undo what the original decision did in silence. The strength of the decision was in breaking the pattern, and the sustaining of the decision is in the continuous refusal to reactivate the pattern. It is not heroic, it is disciplined. It is boring sometimes, but it is what holds it. The third thing is to accept that a moment of intense doubt will come, probably between the 7th and the 20th day after the decision. It is a known phenomenon. The initial enthusiasm passes, the consequences start to appear. You start to feel the real weight of what you chose. And at that moment, your system will offer 1,000 reasons for you to reconsider. It will present selective memories of the good parts of the old situation. It will amplify the fear of the unknown. It will whisper that perhaps you were impulsive. This moment is not a sign that you were wrong. It is a sign that you were right. Because the old system is fighting to reinstall itself, and it only fights when it feels it is losing. Endure this moment. It passes, and when it passes, the new structure remains. The fourth thing is to build a minimal ritual of continuity. It doesn't need to be anything complex. It can be 5 minutes a day where you sit in silence and revisit your decision. Remember why you decided. Feel what you felt at the time. Confirm to yourself that the choice continues to be true. This small daily act has a disproportionate effect. It keeps the decision alive in the center of your attention. And what is in the center of attention is what organizes the rest. The fifth thing is to pay attention to the signs without becoming a hostage to them. You will notice coincidences. You will cross paths with people at unlikely moments. You will have intuitions that are confirmed. All of this is real and has value. But don't turn every sign into an oracle. The sign serves to confirm a direction you are already walking, not to decide the path for you. The authority remains yours. The signs are auxiliary, not commanders. And here reaches the point that I want you to take with you for your week. If you felt that this video was made for you, leave a comment with the phrase EU Assumai in capital letters, exactly like that. It is not a slogan, it is a declaration to yourself. When you write EU Assumi in the comment, you are publicly formalizing what you decided in silence. And this formalization has weight. It creates a landmark. In a few weeks, when you return to this video, you will find your own comment. And that comment will be a witness to the moment you chose not to retreat. I read every comment on this channel. And those with the phrase EU Assumi I set aside, because they tell me who is sustaining the work. If you are in this group, leave it registered. Now listen to me carefully, because this last point is what separates those who will sustain from those who will retreat. The decision you made hasn't finished yet. What you did was open a door. Crossing the door is another thing, and many people stop at the threshold. They stop because they think it's enough to have decided. They stop because they think now things will resolve themselves. They stop because they interpreted the initial signs as proof that the work is over. The work is not over. The work has begun. Everything that happened until now was the easy part, even if it seemed difficult. The easy part is deciding. The difficult part is building what follows from the decision. Building new relationships, building new habits, building a version of you that sustains what was chosen. This part requires months, not days. It requires consistency, not inspiration. It requires presence, not promise. But there is one thing you need to know, and it is the central truth of this video. You are capable of this, not because someone told you, not because I am stating it. You are capable because you have already done the most difficult part, which is starting. And if you started, you can continue. The continuation is just the daily repetition of the same internal gesture you already made once. And you know how to make that gesture. Your body remembers, your mind remembers, your soul remembers. Before closing, hit the bell if you haven't yet, because the next video goes directly into what you need to do in the first 72 hours after a decision like this. I will open the complete protocol, hour by hour. What to avoid, what to cultivate, how to react when fear comes, how to read the silence of others. It is a practical video, no fluff, with the entire structure. Without the bell activated, YouTube won't notify you when it comes out. Activate it so you don't miss it. And if you know someone who is living a similar moment, someone who made a recent decision and is feeling this internal reorganization that we described here, share this video with them. Not as advice, as presence. Sometimes the person just needs to know that what they are feeling has a name, an explanation, a direction. Your sharing could be what holds someone up on a difficult night. To close, I want you to hear this calmly. What changed in you will not be undone. Even if you doubt in the coming weeks, even if you have moments of wanting to go back, even if everything seems uncertain on some mornings, something has already reorganized at a level that does not retreat. You are no longer the person who was there before the decision. That person no longer exists. There is now someone who knows they can choose, and whoever knows they can choose can never again pretend they don't know. You are not lost. You are in transition. And transition is not disorder. Transition is the interval between an old version that is falling apart and a new version that is still taking hold. This interval has rules, it has rhythm, it has direction, and now you have the map. Return to this video in the weeks when you need to remember. Return when doubt tightens. Return when those around you try to convince you that you were hasty. The content remains here, the words remain here, and the truth that you recognized when you watched for the first time will continue to be true the second, the third, the 10th time. You did what you had to do. Now sustain it. And trust that every day you don't retreat is a brick in the construction of the life that is being made possible because you finally decided. I will see you in the next video.
Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life, a guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming, with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you and strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10,000 readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who were tired of living in the fog, ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.